What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the brand new Super Monkey Ball AiAi figure by Jakks. So this is the start of their new Sega line that they're doing, where they're making action figures based off of a variety of video games by Sega. This is probably to promote the new games that Sega is doing, where they're remaking a lot of their older franchises, but also making new games as well. Like, Super Monkey Ball, for example, since that's finally getting a new game. But let's go over the packaging here for AiAi. It's a pretty small packaging, because AiAi is a small figure. As you can see, it's a really small figure the way how it looks next to my hand right here. But the packaging is pretty nice. It does come with, the accessories here. You got like the ball and then that thing that AiAi standing on, and then the banana right there. But at the bottom it just says AiAi and then banana down there. And of course we got the Super Monkey Ball logo and then an image of AiAi right there, and then not much really to the side. It just has the warnings and then the Jakks logo. And then here is the back. So you can see it has 8 points of articulation, and then we just get some images of the figure and then the same image we seen to the front. And you can barely see the top, but that's the top right there. And then the bottom, not much else going on there. No like description read or anything with these figures. Like, it doesn't like tell you anything about the character or even the video game at all, really, like the franchise. So yeah, no description read with this with the packaging here for the Sega line, which I talked about in the other videos. But yeah, that is pretty much the packaging right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here's the figure out of the packaging right here. I'll try my best to not have my hands get in the way of like going over this figure. It is a really tiny figure. It's super tiny. But this is kind of cool to see because this is like our first AiAi figure based off of this design. Like this more, I guess, modern design, I'll say, because I know when Joyride was doing the Super Monkey Ball figures, that was like Monkey Ball 1 and 2. While this one, I think this redesign happened in Banana Blitz. That was like for the Wii, I believe. So yeah, that's kind of cool to like kind of see this here in action figure form. So far, it's not too bad. So I like the head sculpt. It's very expressive. You can see it's still got like the Pac-Man eyes. You can see right there, and a very happy expression for the little guy. And you can see it's really tiny. Like seeing it compared to my fingers here, it's a really tiny figure, but I think it looks nice. The paint job isn't too bad here. I do got like some scuffs here, going on here with the head. You also got the little backpack that AiAi has here, and I'm so used to him not having a backpack, but he does, have the backpack here, and it is sculpted on to the figure. Of course, you got the A on his shirt right there. Overall, I mean, that's all there really is going on with AiAi right there. But again, I do like the head sculpt on this guy. Now, for the accessories, so let me actually, well, I gotta bring the camera back. Look how tiny this guy is. So, for the accessories. Okay, so I got the banana in his hand right here. He doesn't really hold on to it that well. You can see it wants to slide off a little bit. That's because you have to like, flex the hands a little bit and then just slide the banana. That's all you're really doing, but yeah, you got the banana right there in AiAi's hand. The other accessories, you have this thing right here. This is just for to have AiAi, kind of like stay on to when you throw the ball in, because he does have the peg holes on his feet right there, and then you have these pegs. So this is just to help him when he's in the ball. And now that you got him onto this platform right here, the last accessory you got here is, of course, the ball right here. So it does have two separate pieces. So what you do is, you would throw in AiAi like that, as so, and then you would close it up like that, and pretty much, yep, just close it just like that. And then now AiAi can pretty much, roll really, pretty much, roll it really. So that's kind of cool right there. Okay, now let's get into the articulation. So the head is just on a ball peg, so you can have AiAi look up slightly. That's as much as you get there, and then looking down just about there. No pivoting though, but you do get your rotation there to the head. Rotation to the arms as well. There is a hinge to the shoulder. I'd say you're probably going to get it just high about there, trying to move the head right there, but you have your hinge to the shoulder. There actually is a waist twist right here, so you can twist the waist right there for AiAi, so that's pretty neat right there. For the hips, It's kind of weird trying to maneuver this figure because of how tiny it is. But for the hips, AiAi can kick forward just about here, which you can also rotate the leg, and then to kick back, you get that. Yeah, you kick back just about there. The ankles, there is a rotation to the ankles, but it seems like there's a hinge too. Mine doesn't want to tend to do that though. I don't want to like, snap it or anything like that. So I don't know. I can't really seem to get the feet to hinge. That's pretty much the articulation for AiAi. Okay, and now for some figure comparisons. So here is the Jakks specific AiAi next to the Joyride AiAi and Gon figure. I don't know what I did with Mimi. I must have misplaced her a while ago. I thought I had her in the same bin with the Joyride AiAi and Gon figure, but I couldn't really seem to find her, along with the balls that these figures came with as well. But you can see that AiAi or the Jakks AiAi is like super tiny here. He's so tiny to the point to where if you own these figures, you could probably customize this into baby, because you'll have AiAi, Mimi, and then baby, and then Gon of course, because I know Gon is the bigger monkey. But yeah, he's really tiny, and I couldn't tell you how small AiAi really is. I don't know which scaling would be accurate here. Now, I gotta give Joyride props here on what they did with like the monkey ball accessory piece, because I feel like it was a lot more better, and I kind of wish I still had it to show it off a little bit better, but I did show off how the Jakks AiAi figure was in the ball. But what I liked what Joyride did with these figures was they gave you like this platform that the figures would be on, but it would like swing back and forth inside here, so it would give it the illusion that they're actually like running in the ball. While this piece right here that's in the ball that Jakks provided here, it doesn't really give it the illusion that AiAi is really running in the ball. It kind of looks like he's trying to break out, because he's just kind of spinning around while making it look like he's actually like running in the ball instead, because that piece isn't like it's not like a swing set. It's just kind of it just moves around, so it just makes it look like AiAi is just trying to break out, or just losing his mind really. So yeah, I did like what Joyride did here with these figures, and I also like that they gave you a stand with this thing too, so you could just kind of display it on your shelf or so. While this one, you're kind of just gonna have to like leave it like that really, or I guess maybe you'll have the figure on its own. But yeah, that was a big thing I liked about the Joyride monkey ball figures. Here's another comparison right here. So this time I have the Jakks 4-inch Sonic figure, and then I'm going to move these a little to the side right here, and then I'll bring in their 2.5-inch Sonic figure, just to give you an idea of where AiAi is going to scale with these two, or I guess like these lines right here. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the Jakks specific AiAi action figure. It's tiny, but also pretty solid for what it is. It's nice to finally get another AiAi action figure, and I like that Jakks was able to include these accessories and provide the amount of articulation that they could, while also keeping it at a low price point. I think that's amazing. I have a small little gripe with the figure. Like, there's a few times where he'll tend to fall back due to his feet not being completely flat on the ground. You'll have to bend the legs a bit forward to keep him standing. But overall, I think it's fine. It's going to be good for those that never owned the Joyride figure, or are probably going to be new to the franchise when they play the new game that comes out this year. However, let me know what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you want to know where I picked this up, I was able to get mine at Walmart, since I think these figures are similar to their new Metroid, The Legend of Zelda, and Donkey Kong line, where it's only exclusive to Walmart. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Until then, take care, my friends.